Hello, and welcome to Working Dragon Mystic. I'm Drake. This week I'd like to go over a quick and easy system for cleansing your house, banishing negative energy, as well as empowering your house with the energy of your choice. But before we do that, I want to thank everybody who's been following the channel, all my subscribers. We actually went over 50 subscribers this week, and I know 50 subscribers does not sound like a lot, but we have been getting well over 1,000 views on the channel a month. And I'm honestly a little surprised. I don't think I actually expected the channel to be as popular as it is. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been following my videos. I say let's keep it up. And if we can break 100, I'll see about doing a giveaway of some kind. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions on how to easily cleanse and banish energy in a house. I've had a lot of people say they can't use sage, they're allergic to it, and some people are saying, or some people don't want to use Palo Santos because the trees that it comes from is showing endangered, and I don't blame them. So, what's a quick and easy solution? Well, one of my favorite that I've used quite a bit is to actually make a candle that can do the job for you. Now this is going to be a combination of sigil and candle magic. So what you'll want to do is you'll actually want to make a sigil. Now the way I do it personally is I actually combine the following into my sigil when I'm making it. I'll put the word absorb, and that's for absorbing any negative energy in the home or in the area where the candle is. And that's what I focus on while I'm actually doing this. I'll put cleanse because I want it to cleanse the energy in the room and in the house. I'll put banish because I want it to also banish any negative energy or minor entities. Now the big one is transmute. I want it to transmute all that energy that it's been absorbing into that candle. And then finally I'll put empower because I actually want it to be able to empower the energy in my home. Now the next thing I want to do is I actually want to state how I want that empowerment done. Now generally I will put balance, and I'll actually put the alchemical symbols for the elements in there, or you can just put balanced energy. So for this particular one, I'm actually going to just do a straight up empowerment for balance. So it's going to balance all the energy in my home and charge it. Now this is important because if your candle's just absorbing the energy, cleansing the energy, and banishing the energy, you're going to leave your house into a constant void. But by putting the empowerment in there, not only is it constantly working like an energetic air filter, but it's also putting out that positive, empowering energy that you're wanting, constantly keeping your house clean and cleansed 24/7. So if you forget to smudge that week, no biggie, your candle's got you covered. Now, the sigils I made, I used those exact words, and I used the method that we went over in our sigil magic video. So I'll go ahead and link that below so you can review that or check it out if you haven't seen it yet. And they're pretty basic. I mean, nothing real special about them. And again, I made these strictly for me. By all means, do your own. Now, what you'll notice about the sigil is I did make it small enough that it will fit under my candle. Perfectly under. And that's important, because what you're going to do is you are actually going to set the candle in your living room, your bedroom, wherever it is you want your candle, and you're going to put the sigil under it. So the sigil's pulling that energy into the candle now, just like you would during a ritual when you put a sigil under a candle on your altar or your workspace. That way the sigil's doing its job. It's pulling that energy to the candle so it can cleanse it and banish and do all the little things that we put into our sigil. Now, I actually do like to use scented candles for this. You can use the scent and color according to banishing if you want. That's fine. this time of year you can find pine candles pretty easy, which is what this is. And which it's currently September at the recording of this video. And I really like that because pine is, it's a lot like sage. It has a lot of cleansing properties to it. And I do like the real just rough and woodsy smell that it gives my home. So I love to use these, and I stock up on them when they're available. Now this, it's a cheapo. It's like a $5 candle. That's all you need. Now the great thing about this is, whether you light it or not, the scent is being produced. That's going to help empower your home a little bit. And the sigil's constantly doing its job anyway. However, when you light the candle, that's when you really get the effects of this particular cleansing method. Because when you light the candle, the fire is now empowering the sigil and the candle further, energizing it. So the cleansing, the banishing, the absorption rate, the empowerment of your home, all that is ramped up. I would say at least 100 times. And since the scent fills your home even further, you can very easily walk through your house and get an idea of how much area is being affected by this spell. Me personally, I usually put one of these at least on each level because my home is up and downstairs. And I will put one at least upstairs and one downstairs. Now, if you don't think you're getting the coverage you need, like I said, I think this candle cost me $5. So you could easily put two on each level of your home very easily. Another thing though, I found these neat little tiny scented candles. This one's kind of a apple cidery thing. You can actually use these also. Again, well, it's a little bigger than I'd want for this particular one. But you could actually use a sigil this size just as well. And these little ones are great to extend because you can do the same thing as with the larger ones. So the larger one is taking up the bulk of your space. And then in your smaller spaces or small bedrooms or something, you can use these. And this one only cost me about $1. Or you could just fill your house with a bunch of these. I love this particular method. It's so simple, it's easy. And like I said, all you have to do is go through your home and light the candles. Let the candles burn for, I'd say, 30 minutes to an hour. I don't really pay attention to the time. My rule of thumb anytime I light a candle is I want to make sure I got a good layer of liquid all across the top, and that's just so it'll keep burning evenly. Because if you light it and just like the center melts, but not the outer edges, eventually it'll start suffocating itself out. I don't like that. So I just let it burn long enough that you get a good, the whole top of the candle is good and liquid and melted and burning well. Once you're at that state, you're good to blow it out and move on. And since these candles are so large, this is a spell that is long term. It'll last a long time. And until this candle stops burning, you're good to go. You don't have to replace the candles. Now that said, when you replace the candle, do you replace the sigil? To both of those, I'll say yes. Because I know a few people, myself included, who I didn't replace the sigil and it worked. And then there's people who they didn't replace the sigil and they feel it didn't do as good a job. So generally what I do is if I have time, I'll replace the sigil. If not, I don't. But you can recopy the sigil in 2 minutes, maybe 3. So for safety's sake, I would just, again, go ahead and switch out the sigil. But if you can't, give it a try, see what happens. It's also a great time for you to evaluate the energy in your home and practice working with your arcane senses and your energy work. Now, I will say that once you do have your candle and your sigil, now you can just make the sigil. The sigil will be empowered as you make it. And when you put it under the candle, it will start working. For an extra layer of oomph to my setup, I will actually go ahead and charge the sigil with the intent and the goal that I want, as well as the candle. So both pieces of the operation are now charged accordingly, And then when I just go downstairs, I set it on my coffee table or my bookcase. It's good to go. Anyways, this has been a very, very simple way to cleanse your home. Keep it nice and cleansed. Keep all the negativity out. It'll even banish minor negative entities for you. And at the same time, it'll constantly keep the energy in your home empowered and charged the way you want it, so you can maximize your practice and get the most out of your life and have as few problems as possible, which we all love. So give this a try. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of it and how it works for you. Another thing, this is a shorter video. I've been getting a few requests for some shorter videos because I know my videos can run a little long. So if you can, in the comments below, let me know if you'd like the shorter ones or the longer ones. We can do either. If we don't hear from you, we'll just try and mix them up a bit more. I hope this cleansing method helps you. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and be sure to click the bell icon so that anytime we get an idea or release a new video, you'll be notified about it. Until next time, I'm Drake, and this has been Working Dragon Mystic. Bye-bye.